Hey guys, how's it going? This is Krov Malenkov, and I'm here to bring you yet another 10 historical and mythological references in For Honor. Like I said before, For Honor is a game based on historical warriors, and there are many references within the game's content that throw out some historical names and mythological stories. So, here is another list of 10 historical and mythological references, Part 3. We'll be starting off our list with our first spot with the Knight Faction's Ogenus mask outfit. This outfit can be purchased for any hero in the Knight Faction for 20,000 steel. Whenever anybody is reminded of Greco-Roman mythology, they think of the mighty gods from Zeus to Athena. When asked about who was the ruler of the seas, they may say Poseidon or Neptune. Well, a few may not know, but there was another ruler of the seas before them. Ogenus, or Oceanus, is the Titan god of the rivers and the seas. Ogenus, being a Titan, was birthed by Gaia, meaning he was a sibling to the other Titans such as Cronus. When the Olympian-Titan War commenced, Oceanus took up neither side and chose not to fight at all. When the Olympians won the war, they appointed their fellow gods rule over different areas once held by Titans. Poseidon was given rule over the seas and oceans, knowing full well Ogenus still held dominion there. However, Ogenus, not wanting to be locked away in Tartarus, chose to give dominion to Poseidon, and just became a patron of the ocean and rivers. Years would overshadow Ogenus, leaving him in the background of Greek myth almost entirely. Almost. Going over to another outfit for our number 2 spot, we have the Knight Faction's Alchemist's Fortune Elite outfit. This outfit can be purchased for any hero in the Knight Faction for 7,000 steel. This is one of the newest Elite outfits that came out back in July 12th of 2018. The name itself holds little historical references. An alchemist was someone who practiced alchemy, and alchemy is a philosophical and proto-scientific method that aimed to purify, mature, and perfect certain objects, such as being able to create gold by transmuting base metals, or creating an elixir for eternal life called the Philosopher's Stone. The ornament that comes with the outfit is called Azoth Stone. Azoth is the name given to the highly sought-after universal medication in alchemy. It was believed to be the essential agent used in transformation in many alchemic practices. In order to extract Azoth, it was said you pull it from the essential 3 ingredients of alchemy: salt, mercury, and sulfur. It is considered the essential life essence and power from the divine. I'm not going to get any further into that because there's just so much information on it. Just look it up and you'll know what I mean. Moving on to my main man, Lawbringer, for our 3rd spot, we have his Pinabel Weapon Variant. This is a rare weapon variant and can be acquired at Rep 2 and higher. More than likely, this weapon variant shares its name with that of the famed vassal to legendary King Charlemagne, Pinabel. Pinabel is written in the old French story called the Song of Roland, written about the real battle of Roncesvalles Pass in 778. The story itself is a bit of a fabrication, but it tells of Charlemagne, king of the Franks, charging in with his army after hearing his nephew Roland's horn. He comes to find his nephew and his men slain at Roncesvalles Pass, with the Muslim force running away after seeing Charlemagne's forces. They kill off the remaining Muslim forces and find out that Ganelon, Roland's stepfather, betrayed his stepson by telling the Muslim force where to ambush him. They capture him, and as they are about to convict him, Ganelon's trusted friend, Pinabel, defends Ganelon and ends up in a trial by combat against a man named Thierry. Pinabel dies and Ganelon is killed by quartering, and 30 of his relatives are killed as well. The design on the axe and spike all have skull designs to them, an obvious reference for all the death in the story and the death of Pinabel himself. Going now to our 4th spot is Gladiator's Romulus Weapon Variant. This is a legendary weapon variant and can only be acquired at Rep 7 and higher. Many of you should know this one because this is based on the famous story of the founder of the city of Rome. The story, titled Romulus and Remus, tells of twin brothers being birthed by their mother who was supposedly conceived by Mars. Their uncle, King Amulius, ordered for their death, seeing them as potential threats to his throne. They were sent downstream in a basket and were expected to die from exposure. However, the god Tiberinus, god of the Tiber River, carried them safely ashore, where a she-wolf came and rescued them. They lived with the wolf for a short time until they were found by Faustulus, who would come to raise them. Later on, as they grew older, they turned to a life of crime and steal sheep belonging to the king, who is Amulius. Amulius captures Remus, and Romulus goes and kills Amulius to save his brother. Afterward, they decide to build a city where they were left to die. They argue as to where to start exactly, and they end up building the city on opposite sides of the area. Remus notes a flaw in Romulus' area, and in outrage, Romulus kills Remus and becomes the sole ruler of Rome. Imagine it if it were the other way around. They'd be called Remans instead of Romans. Ugh. Moving down to the next faction for our number 5 spot, we have the Viking faction's NidhOGG mask outfit. This outfit can be purchased for any hero in the Viking faction for 20,000 steel. I already covered one legendary and large serpent creature, that being Jormungandr, but there is another immensely large creature in Norse myth as well. NidhOGG is a large serpentine dragon that gnaws endlessly on the 3 large roots of the world tree, Yggdrasil. NidhOGG's name means curse striker, or he who strikes with malice. His origins are foggy, but his actions are clear. By chewing and tearing away at the world tree, NidhOGG seeks world destruction and the end to all. It should be noted that NidhOGG will come upon the day of Ragnarok to aid the giants in the twilight of the gods. NidhOGG is also said to live in Helheim, specifically in a realm called Nastrond, the shore of corpses, where it's said that the dragon chews on souls who committed treachery, murder, adultery, or anything considered evil and horrid in their past life. Truly, one of the more horrifying monsters in Norse mythology. Staying with the Viking faction for our number 6 spot, we have their Dreams of Groa Elite outfit. This outfit can be purchased for any hero in the Viking faction for 7,000 steel. This outfit's name shares that with the Vulva, or witch named Groa, from the Old Norse poem called the Svipdagsmal. If that isn't proof enough, the Svipdagsmal, or the Lay of Svipdagur, is comprised of 2 poems to create the one. They are called the Grogaldr and the Fjolsvinsmal, and the ornament for this outfit is called Grogaldr, thus proving this idea further. Anyway, in the Grogaldr, or the Spell of Groa, the main character Svipgad goes to his dead mother's burial mound and calls to awaken her, as she instructed her son to do before her death. Groa comes forth from the realm of Niflheim and asks Svipdag what ails him. He tells her that he was sent on a journey by his stepmother to go and win the love of a woman named Menglad, but the journey is impossible for any normal man to do. Groa, being a witch, casts 9 spells on her son that aid him in his journey through the 9 realms of the world tree and goes back to Niflheim. I mentioned this earlier about Groa. She is a vulva, and a vulva would practice in mystical arts such as necromancy, sorcery, and prophecies. They were considered shamans of the Norse world. So, obviously, after I figured this out, I got this outfit for shaman. Makes her look a little extra creepy. Moving on to Highlander for a number 7 pick, we have his Kelpie Weapon Variant. This is an epic weapon variant and can be acquired after reaching Rep 5 and up. The weapon's namesake comes from that of the monstrous water horse called the Kelpie. Originating in Scottish folklore, the Kelpie is described as a large water spirit that takes the shape of a horse but can also change its appearance to look like that of a human's. The Kelpie is said to reside in lakes or lochs or any source of water and will lure unexpecting people to its home. It is said that it makes itself look like a pristine white horse and will allow anyone to ride upon it. Once on, the horse will run straight for the water and trap the victim with its slimy body. It will then plunge itself into the water, going deep down until the victim has died from drowning. The Kelpie will then eat the victim and wait for another unexpected person to come near the water. The stories of the Kelpie range far in Scotland, and there have been some who thought to have physically seen the creature residing in a few of Scotland's many lochs. A noteworthy one comes from a certain loch named Ness. I wonder if it's true. Switching over now to the Samurai faction for a number 8 pick, we have their KOROMOD mask outfit. This outfit can be purchased for any hero in the Samurai faction for 20,000 steel. KOROMOD, literally translated as the cloth octopus, is an octopus-like yokai that is said to live in the seas between Kyoto and Fukui. They may be based on the Echizen Kurage, or the Nomura's jellyfish. The KOROMOD is said to be fairly tiny. but if provoked in any manner, they are said to grow 10 times their size in monstrous proportions, and be capable of devouring huge ships in one gulp. After any threat has been destroyed or consumed, the KOROMOD will shrink back down to its original size. This yokai is similar to that of the Kraken, but with the distinct ability to grow in size rather than always being gigantic. Going to Orochi for a number 9 spot is the HIRUKO'S Catch Weapon Variant. This weapon variant can be obtained at Rep 7 and onward. This sword is named after the Japanese god of fishing and luck, Hiruko, also known as Ebisu or Kotoshiro Nushi no Kami. One of the 7 gods of fortune, Hiruko was said to aid those who wished for luck on their fishing voyages, which was something to definitely want luck in. Hiruko has a few origins. One where he was born from the creator gods Izanami and Izanagi. He was born without any bones, and since he couldn't do much without a skeletal structure, he was sent out on a boat made of reeds into the ocean. He was washed ashore on what is today Izo, Japan, and soon developed bones. Another thought is that he became a god among fishermen by being the best of them all. There are many thoughts as to his origins, but his purpose is clear: to bring luck and fortune to anyone. In this case, to bring luck and fortune in your next fight. Finishing up our list for a number 10 spot, we have Shinobi's AKKOROK Weapon Variant. This is a legendary weapon variant and can only be acquired at Rep 7 and higher. This weapon variant shares its theme with our number 8 pick with the octopus style. AKKOROK, like the KOROMOD, is a large squid or octopus-like being capable of growing in massive size. However, the difference between the two is that the KOROMOD is a yokai, considered to be just a spirit or a monster, whereas the AKKOROK is recognized as a kami, a god of sorts. Originating from the Ainu people of Hokkaido, Japan's large northern island, the AKKOROK was said to be benevolent and wise. It's said in the Shinto religion that picked up this kami that giving offerings and blessings to the kami would imbue you with intelligence and heal you from whatever ailment you are suffering from. Though merciful, AKKOROK can be ruthless and unforgiving if provoked, like the KOROMOD, and will not cease until the person in question is dead. A nice little reference for Shinobi to have. And there you have it, yet another 10 references in For Honor. What did you guys think of these picks? Did you know any of these, some of these, or not know a single one of these? Comment below to tell me what you guys thought of the video. Don't forget to like the video if you do, subscribe to stay tuned for any new historical content coming up, and as always guys, play on.